זה יודע כל מצביע לכל חרוצי צדיק אדוני קורבני נוי סילס אדוני נוי דבר פי Where's Ali? Изгадал вискадаш мира Бога, дал мать вахиуше вьямных малхус весьма буканы викарам жихей, деха ейк мемек мехед холбейк сел баголзун горим робе, ешмей рабам неврат волнам омер майви, поры бештабу беспор визрем приснас, висала шмей де куча бригу, лел мухол бухасы вшират, сатыш бухасы накамот, авим леол мови робе. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Yisraelu l'Avram v'Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Oel Adonai v'Banei Eloheinu v'Enu chasodim teivim k'Yaakov v'Zechor chadrovis, u'mivigei v'bnei Neiman Shmei v'Yavon Melech v'Zer v'Shem Mogen, Baruch atah Adonai, Mogen Avraham, Atagi v'Leilom Adonai, Nechemeisim Adorav v'Yishia v'Shivarvon v'Gershem, Michal v'Chesed v'Kameis v'Rachmu Rabim, Seimich Neifim, Vrei pecheilim atirasurim kaminos l'sheino for michomecho balgureis u'midei melov melech mimisu v'chaim atzmi Yeshua v'nei monat olach yismeisim v'rochato adinoi nechayim meisim v'yisha v'rem v'naritzah v'rem tziyatzei zabay kodesh amshav kudusha takot yadpiyah zev zev yoma kodesh adinoi Yaleru kor foshle mo lechol maki seinu kel melech reifen on rachmanot amrochato v'chel am Yisrael v'recholeinu adinu aleinu shon azot v'skol v'nisvosol v'teivu v'sein talomot alivrocha v'nei adom v'nisaveinu v'shovecha v'renchnoseinu kashonim atoim v'tivrochu ki el shemeti Tei umeitiv atom v'rochashonim v'rochato adinoi v'rochashonim kabesh v'godol v'choroseinu v'sol neis l'kabel v'roseinu kapseinu yachad mi'alo kampeso v'slamseinu v'rochato adinoi kabesh nitchem Yisrael v'shiva shetenu v'roseinu v'yatseinu v'achil v'roseinu v'yenu yogel v'anocho ומלכולנו עתו אדינוי לברכו בחסד וברחם בצדק ומשפט ברוכתו אדינוי מלך ארזוק ומשפט ומלשאים אל תייסיק וכל הדינים קרייבי וכל הזידים קרייבידו וכל הביאמך מהירו יקרייסו מלכות רשו מהירו סקר שברוס מגר וסכניה במהר בימינו ברוכתו אדינוי שעביר אוי ומכניה זידים על הצדיקים ועל החסידים ועל הזקני עמך בית ישראל והתמותז בית ספריהם והגר הצדק ועלינו אמונה רחמי אדינוי אלוהינו ושן סוחרתנו לכל הבויתים בשמך באמס בשמך כנמוהם ולעילם לא נבוש כי בכל בתוכנו ברוכתו אדינוי לשום מתוך לצדיק ירושלים ירחו ברחמתו שבשכם וזכור כאשר דיברתו וכזה דוד עבדך מהיר וזכור תוכים ובני סוף וקוראים ימינו בענייני אלום ברוכתו אדינוי בויני ירושלים נעצם דוד עבדך מהיר עשה עצמי יחותן תור ומשעושה כל ולשוס חותילים וכל עניין ברוכתו אדינוי עצמי הקרן ישוע שמעתי לנו אדינוי לנו ברחמון רחם עלינו וקבל ברחם ורוצן אצלוסנו ירשמת פילס וזכבנים אותם ובנך מלכנו רקומה אל תשבינו יד השמע תפילס כל פה ברוכתו אדינוי שימי התפילו ארצי אדינו אלינו באחו ישראל וסלוסם שישי בבידו להתגבסכו וישי ישראל וסלוסם ביאבוס קבל ורוסם וסברוסם תומית אבידוס ישראל המחו וסחזנו אינן בשוק חליצים ברחמים ברוכתו אדינוי המחזיר שכנו סליצי ואדי ונחנו לא שעתו אדינוי אלינו ויסיינו לבוא את צור חיינו וגנשיינו עתו לדור ודור נדע לכון ספק וסחו חיינו ונדע לכון ועל נשמסנו כדי סלוח ועל נסחו ובכל יינו מונו ועל נפלסחו ותרסחו שבכל עיס ערב בוקר וצהריים אתם כי לא יכול רחמךו אמירחם כי לא שמו חסודךו כי מיילום קיווינו לו ועל כולם יזבורך וישראל ומשנעשה שמך מלכנו תומית לילה ועד וכל החיים ידעו חסר שמך גודל אילום כי תיבו ושעשינו ורסינו סלו אלוהים ברוך אתה אדינוי שמך לכנו אלי שים שולם תיבו ברוך וחיים חיים וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל אנחנו ברכנו אבינו כולנו כי יכול דרכונך יבר פונך נשאת לנו אדינוי אלינו דרס חיים ובס חסד וצדוק וברוך וברחם חיים ושולם ותהילך לברך עשם Es amcho Israel b'chol eis b'chol shosh b'shlemecha baruch atah Adonai ani vorech es am Israel b'shol amen Aleinu v'seinu Sisa v'naf v'shon Dazin shavosenu v'sakshemenu ma'amorkim v'krov v'shem Adonai v'shem Adonai v'yavor Adonai v'yavor Adonai El rochnu v'tanu Noitzach es v'malot Yeshem v'katov v'nakeh V'totom v'shiyei אנחנו רואים את המנה, סייכל בפנינו. להצילנו וכפר על חטאינו למען שמך. נשגדה ויתקדש מרבו, יעלמוד ורח יוסף ימלך מלכות ויצמח בכל מכל משיחי, חייך ומך וחפת בית ישראל וכל זמן קורים במרום. Also wenn wir all mal im Raum das gab es von den Hall Base so können wir die Schmai im Raum ja ich schlau mal aber mit Schmai kommt dem allein und so im Raum oi se show in dem wo ja se show allein so im Raum allein oder so Now, can you go to the body? No, I learned. Yeah, what was it like?
Скада шемей раба, Мади брака тебе млихма тебе смаху кареме кареми шикай, хайфон вемехон хай дехol бет Израил варелав изман карим игро Maya Barak Vishtabak Vitpari Tumanit Naseri Tadavi Tadavi Talal Shmehit Vishabri Lami Kol Birkata Vishirata Tushbekata Venikata Vilam Vermava Amen Eish Lamaravan Shemara Chaim Kol Alem Kol Israel Yaseh Shalom Imromav Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Kol Israel Amen Tira Mipachat Nissan Mishoyaz Hashem Tisoi Kimon Say on his love, I see, I Kadavi Kadash Miravan, Madi Bracher Teva Mlikma Teva, Smafu Kareme Kareme Shikay, Chaykhon, Yamachon, Kayed, Kolbet Israel, Vagalav is Makarim, Romain, Maya Barakish, the Rabbi, Orbit, the Mabit, Sevi, the Davi, the Levi, the Lash, the Shabri, Lami Kolbet Katav, Shidata, Shidata, ונכנסה, המילה ועל מעריב יקראו אמן. על ישראל ועל רבנן ועל תלמידי יום ועל כל תלמידי יום ועל כל מאן דעסקין ברייתא. די בהתרא דין ודי בכל אתר ואתר. יהיה לכון ולכון שלמה רבה חינה וחיזה ורחמים וחיים אריכים. וזמר וכיף ולקנה מקדם אבון דבשמיא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מנשמיא החיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום עם ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Today, Jewish history. Today, tonight is the yard site of Reb Nathan, Reb Nassan Strauss from Macy's department store, or A&S, right? A&S, right?
Abraham Strauss.
Abraham Strauss, right? A&S, I think it's A&S.
Before both of our time.
4 times?
I think so.
Okay. But Bloomingdale's took them over? Who took them over?
Strauss.
From Netanya. Netanya is named after, the city in Israel was named after Netanya. You're born in Netanya. It's named after Nathan Strauss. Netanya, they named it for him.
He was a famous writer.
He was a famous writer, and he was a writer, just before we were discussing, someone came to my office and they want to know about going to fortune tellers, whatever, so we don't do that. So not because we don't believe what they're saying is true, it's correct, even though most of them are baloney, but because a yid is not bound by the mazel, doesn't mean a person doesn't have a mazel, but we're not bound by the mazel. I told him the story about Rabbi Akiva with his daughter. I repeated it before. It says she got married, the pin in the wall with the snake or the scorpion, whatever it was. What?
It's a person that is doing really it's something.
Both. They both fall in the same category. A stargazer and a fortune teller goes on the same category. We're not supposed to do that. No, we don't go by the stars. We don't do that. Yid is not bound by that. No, we're not allowed to. We don't go by that, huh?
The other temperature.
We don't.
You're diving to the Mashiach. You're diving to Hashem. That's funny.
No politics.
Come to my life.
No politics. But no, we're not allowed. We're not allowed to go to someone whether it's by the stars or anything. We're not allowed to go. You're allowed to look at the stars. Of course, you're allowed to look at the stars.
No,
but Yid is not bound.
We're
not. We don't. We're not allowed. We're not supposed to do it.
I could do something with this. You're allowed to.
It says Ein Mazel Yisrael. Ein Mazel Yisrael doesn't mean that the stars aren't correct. It means either it could be Ayin, that Hashem is the Mazel of the Yidden. But in the Gemara, when the Gemara says, oh, you're half South African. You're half South African. In South Africa, there used to be a chief rabbi in my days there, Cyril Harris. Remember Cyril Harris? Cyril Harris. Remember Cyril Harris? Remember him? He's Scottish. He used to say, "Us Jews don't believe in superstition, Canaan Hara." That's what he would say.
This is looking at the stars.
Okay, so it's complicated. It's not so simple. It's not so simple.
You know what? Next week Wednesday.
All right, okay, basically.
It's not so simple.
Go and the Rambam about the stars and everything, and see that he's also looking at the stars. So don't come and tell me about this.
In any case, a yid is not bound. A yid is not bound to whatever the stars are saying or whatever. We can climb above it.
You can use the star for certain things. That's what.
We don't use it for anything because we're not bound by it. Zmanim, okay, of course.
You're allowed to use it.
Yes, Zmanim, but not to fortune, not to say the future. Not say what's going to determine what's going to happen.
That's what I'm telling you. When you put Chama, it's allowed, it's the same future, kind of. It's more level.
So we're allowed to listen to it, but we have to realize that we're more powerful.
I agree.
We're not
I never
bound.
said you don't.
Yeah, I go like this, just start moving.
No.
That's the story. The same thing. The story of Akiva. He heard what she said. He didn't ignore her, but he recognized that we're not bound by it. We have a higher power. We have a higher. It's not that it's not true.
It's a lie. That's what I'm saying. Stop.
No, that's a lie. No, it's not a lie. I'm not saying it's a lie. I didn't say that.
Okay,
We could take it into account. The Gemara says there are
You didn't count, you didn't count, but we're not bound. We have to know we can go. We don't get scared. Don't get scared of something. We can
go
go.
by the stars, for example. I give you an example. Where you born? When you grew up? We're going by the in the Torah.
But even there, a person should know that you could. A person has to know. Let's say, okay. So let me explain what you're saying. What Ami is saying is there's something called horoscopes, right? He's a Scorpio. Watch out for him. I know someone who, before he hires employees, he finds out what their horoscope is. But there's emes. There is truth to it. It's not true. But at the same time, there's truth to it. He has to know that we can go. We're not bound to it. Just because you're a Scorpio doesn't mean you can't be kind.
No, of course not.
You could. You have the ability to be kind. You have the ability to climb out of your. Say me stagnino shelcha.
Born on Thursday, you should be a murderer, so you should go be a
shayfet or a mayil. Right.
So you shouldn't be a murderer.
Right. Yeah. So like you said, you take him into account, but we're not bound by it. You have to know.
But you can use it sometimes. Yes, they're using it.
How do we get into this? Why do we get into this?
Somebody asked you that.
Yeah.
You're talking about somebody came into the office.
You can't say that it's
Somebody went to your office.
You got distracted.
Somebody went to your office.
Whatever. I don't even know where we were going. We just got so confused over here. Whatever. In any case, tonight is the Nassan Strauss's yard side. The Shama should have an aliyah. He gave a lot of tzedakah to causes in Eretz Yisrael, to causes in Israel, and to Jewish causes throughout the world. He gave a lot of tzedakah, and he was saved. He was saved because tzedakah tatum of He was saved because he was doing acts of tzedakah. That's where we're going. I don't remember how we're going. He was saved because he was giving tzedakah. He went on a trip together with his brother, and he was scheduled to go to England and to take a boat from England back to the States called Titanic. And he decided his brother went on Titanic. He decided that he was staying longer. He had more tzedakah to do when he was in Israel, and he was not on Titanic, and he lived. Titanic happened in.
He was still planning on Titanic, but while he was doing the stuff, he got injured and he broke his leg and he was able to go.
That was in 1912.
I think that
1912, and he passed away in 1931. So he lived another 19 years. Because he was involved in tzedakah. When his brother and sister-in-law passed away.
18 years.
Maybe the fortune teller not going.
No, because we're not bound to it. Even the fortune teller, we're not bound to it. Yes, Darach
It's a
HaYaakov.
big ma'amar in the Torah.
Yeah.
When you're going to see it, you're going to know what Mashiach is coming, and it's going to be a planet that's going to come very near to Earth. That's the same thing in English. And it's going to cover the Earth for 2 weeks. It's going to be darkness. I'm giving you an example. The stars has something to do with what we do.
Tonight is also the anniversary.
It's not like for future. We don't use it for future.
Right.
We use it for certain things.
We can try to do weddings the first half of the month.
Right?
Even that the Rebbe said there will be no more.
Ever since there's so many weddings today,
That's what I meant.
Right.
That's what I meant.
Be careful.
So all our bottom.
Yeah.
Not for future.
Tonight is also the anniversary of the expulsion of Jews from Portugal. All right. So middle learning here about bris milah, and we finished discussing about two sisters who had a child that passed away from a bris. Then we're discussing. So we went past that. We're discussing. The mayil. We're discussing that the mayil has to have a bris, unless he was one of those children, either the third child in the family of two siblings that passed away, or he had two aunts. Whatever, him and his aunt and his mother had a child that passed away, and then he's their child that way, and then he could still be a mayil. Now, what about a woman? She's allowed. A woman is allowed to be a mayil, and it's considered a Jewish woman is considered they're born with a bris. Like we find by Tzipora. Exactly. Nevertheless, even though it's 100% allowed according to halacha, a woman's allowed to beat a male, the custom is it's not the way it is. Tznius reasons, whatever other reasons. But according to halacha, there's no tznius reasons or anything else. If someone's in Russia somewhere and there's no one else, absolutely, we could do it, like we find by Moshe Rabbeinu, good example. We give at the bris, we have a big party. Why do we have a big party at the bris? We find that Avraham Avinu did that. Avraham had bris for Yitzchak, son Yitzchak, and he made a big party. It says he made a big su'udah, made a big su'udah, made a meal. B'yam Yigamal the day. Say Gamal means Hey Gimel. Hey and Gimel is Hey is 5. Gimel is 3. So 5 and 3 is 8. The 8th day. Mal means Milah. He had a bris on the 8th day, and he made a su'udah b'yam Yigamal the day. There's other interpretations of that as well, but so Abraham made a tz'udah, made a meal for Yitzchak, and therefore we have a meal by a bris. Meal by a bris considered sudas mitzvah, considered a meal of mitzvah. We don't say tachnun. Not just don't we say tachnun, but if the male is part of our minyan in the morning, or the father of the child is part of a minyan, or if the person holding the baby is part of a minyan, then everybody doesn't say tachnun. Person, it's a mitzvah to eat, partake in the meal of a and not just that, but the food has special segulas with that food, and therefore even eating food from a, you weren't at the bris, just eating the food from the bris. Someone who brought home a rugula cookie from the bris, it's considered partaking in the meal of the bris. How
old was Abraham?
He was 99 years old.
He did it to himself.
He did it himself. Hashem helped him, and as that's why in Parsha Vayera, Hashem reveals himself to Avram, and the famous story of the Tzemach Tzedek, who was a little boy. He learned that in the Chumash. Hashem revealed himself to Avram, and he cried to his grandfather. He said, "Why is it that Hashem reveals himself to Avram? He doesn't reveal himself to us." What? Why? No. It's all my parsha, but why? It's my birthday. So, either Lechucha. Yeah, some years my birthday's over here. Yeah.
From where does it come that
That's my own.
From where does it come that a person should go to the bris but should not be invited?
Okay, very good. So the custom is we don't invite anyone to bris. We notify people about bris. We don't invite anyone to bris. The reason is because one of the guests of honor at the bris is Eliyahu Hanavi. And since we're having such if someone's invited to come dine with Eliyahu Hanavi and they don't come, what's more important? You have something more important. You have something more important to do than to have breakfast with Avraham Avinu. I mean, with Eliyahu Hanavi. Really? That's a snag. I don't know. Okay. So good 40 and slip. So that's why we don't invite. If someone can't come, we don't want to put them in that situation. That's disgusting not to come. Right? So we just notify. So step down.
Some say it's dangerous.
If you're invited and you don't come, that's what I'm saying. That's we don't put someone in that situation because we don't invite.
Right.
We just notify. But so Al Rebbe told his grandson, they're talking about that. He told them, you hear? He told them that when someone at 99 years old sees that they can get better and they can have a bris, it's worth it. So gesund, it's worth it that Hashem, their worth that Hashem reveals Himself to them.
You saw him face.
And so, same thing, when we realize that no matter how perfect we are, no matter what age we are, we're still able to work on ourselves. Even if it's painful, it's a bris, it's painful. It's worth it. Hashem sees it worth it to reveal Himself to us. We give a name, the baby gets the name at the bris. The reason is because Avram's name was changed to Avraham after his bris. And so we give the baby the name at the bris. One of the reasons.
He changed it.
Hashem told him to change it. Hashem told him his name will no more be Avram, and now his name is going to be Avraham. Hey.
Is there a reason for that change?
By Avram?
Why is God change it for Abraham instead of?
So there's the simple meaning, and then there's many, many layers of meaning. So just on a regular basic level, there's if someone, God forbid, is sick, there's the concept of changing somebody's name sometimes. We add a name to a person because the name has to do with their mazel also. So people, when talking about stars, according to the stars, Avram wasn't supposed to have any children. Avraham is another story. So just the changing of the name changes their mazel. And that's why when someone's sick, God forbid, so one of the things we do sometimes is change the name because maybe there was a mazel which was not good for that person. But now they get a new name, they're a new person now. They have a different mazel.
So they go
So
by
there's
what names? They go by whatever
the name was before and plus the name. Yeah.
So what is it?
What?
He also brought the Shekhinah downstairs. The eighth.
That's what saying specifically the hey. I'm saying about changing of the name. But no. By Avram, his name was changed from Avram to Avraham. By Yaakov, a name was added. It was Yisrael. When we add a name to someone, it's an additional name. We're not taking away the name that they had at their bris. We don't take that as their name. We just add an additional name. And for that's two names.
So but nowadays you don't change the name.
We don't change the name, we add a name. Which is a change.
So if someone is Moshe, they say Moshe.
Now it's Moshe Chaim, exactly. Exactly.
It's an addition.
In addition, which is a change, yeah. Same. They also can change the name. So they don't have it, but they don't have the name in the bris. They get it by the title of the name. All right. There's different levels of when the neshama enters the body. The basic level of the neshama, say, enters the body when the baby has the bris. The level of the neshama already inside the mother's womb, it gets even more so when the baby is born, more so by the bris, even more so by the bar mitzvah, and then when we get married, we have our full neshama.
And women.
Same thing, not by bris, but when the fetus enters the body, this is part of the neshama there. When baby is born, the baby naming, and then by the bas mitzvah, so they get it a year earlier, and when they get married. So it's fully Maariv 118. Who wants to be chazan? Why should just on time? You want to be chazan?
I think it was nuts. Up to 211 people
In your room. Anybody want to be chazan? Chazan? Yeah?
Iskadash Merabah, Lemad Iraq, Yosef, Yamak Yosef, Ismach Bukhanev, Karim Shikhay, Hayekhan, Vimekhan, Vakhan, the Kobe Shava, Galas, Makrib, Ramen, יתחדש מהבא, מעריב אנחנו נצא וישמח בקרני וכל משיחי, וכן יהיה פנים בימים יכולים לחיים לכל בית ישראל והגאלה, וזמן קרב מרו אמן. Some Rabbi Shmuel Chaim Tamalin will call yourself Amen. I said Shalom, my mouth, we have to come align you, I'll call yourself Amen. שמי לקדושה בריחו, גם מכל ברכתה ושירתה וזכרתה ונקמתה וים בעלמה וינקלו אמן. ויהי שלום הרב שמע חיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וינקלו אמן. עושה שלום מדרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וינקלו אמן. כתב יקדש שמי רבה, ומד יברך אלותי והמליך מתתי ואשמח קרים מקרים משיחי, חיי חונו ומחונו חיי לכל בית ישראל והגלה ולזמן קרים וגלום אדם מכל ברכתה ושירתה וזכרתה ונקמתה והמילה והרמה וינגלו אמן. על ישראל ועל רבנן ועל דלתיון ועל כל תלמידי תלמידיון ועל כל מאן דעסקי ברייתא די בתרא די בדי בכל אתר ואתר יהא לכון ולכון שלמה רבה קנאה וכיסה וחיים הליכים ומצפה רביכי כולם ולמרות ושמעי וינגלו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמעי החיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וינגלו אמן. יעשה שלום ממרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וינגלו אמן.
Yes, you got tomorrow morning davening, no first minyan, no 7 o'clock minyan, it's going to be only a 9 o'clock minyan. And it's going to be what's it called? On what? An uncensored for bringing it tomorrow night here at what time? 8 o'clock. If you're a YJP Young Jew Professional, you come to third class at Link Me headquarters. Link Me for directions. Let me know. I'll let you know where it is. Special third class tomorrow.
But I know I actually had a good reason not to dive in Maariv over there. I missed Mincha because I was going to just like do my Mincha with the Maariv. But I felt like while I'm done putting Maariv, I remember this. So I didn't put aside a Mincha. So I tried to do that at any point. I can do that now. Do it now.
Wonderful.
Can I grab that stand over there?
Yes, absolutely. It's all your
$100 is for Gershon,
For Gershon.
and $100 is
Oh,
for
well,
Terry
I really might say.
Huh?
And you have 220 here.
Okay.